Oh my goodness. So I'm watching this debate. They're not fact checking anything Kamala Harris is saying. Kamala Harris is not answering the questions. She's not. We have to do that, and you'll be hearing about it in the not too distant future. Vice President Harris, in 2017, you supported Bernie Sanders' proposal to do away with private insurance and create a government-run healthcare system. 2 years later, you proposed a plan that included a private insurance option. What is your plan today? Well, first of all, I absolutely support, and over the last 4 years as vice president, private healthcare options. But what we need to do is maintain and grow the Affordable Care Act. But I'll get to that, Lindsay. I just need to respond to a previous point that the former president has made. I've made very clear my position on fracking, and then this business about taking everyone's guns away. Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away, so stop with the continuous lying about this stuff. As it relates to the Affordable Care Act, understand, hey, White down. Are you watching the debate? Kamala Harris is not being fact checked, and she's not answering the questions. When I will never forget the early morning hours when it was up for a vote in the United States Senate, and who you have disparaged as being, you don't like him, you said at the time, because he got caught. He was an American hero. The late, great John McCain, I will never forget that night, walked onto the Senate floor and said, are you watching it right now? No, you don't. No, you don't get rid of the Affordable Care Act. You have no plan. They're not fact checking her. What the Act has done is eliminate the ability of insurance companies to deny people with pre-existing conditions. I don't have to tell people watching. She's not answering the question. She started off not answering the question. She didn't even answer the first question when he asked, what about the economy? And thankfully, as I've been vice president, and we over the last 4 years have strengthened the Affordable Care Act, we have allowed. She's not answering the questions. Drug prices on behalf of you, the American people. Donald Trump said he was going to allow Medicare to negotiate drug prices. He never did. We did. And now we have capped the cost of insulin at $35 a month. Since I've been vice president, we have capped the cost of prescription medication for seniors at $2,000 a year. And folks can't even eat since y'all in office. For all people understanding that the value I bring to this is that access to health care should be a right and not just a privilege of those who can afford it. And the plan has to be to strengthen the Affordable Care Act, not get rid of it. Vice President Harris, in terms of where Donald Trump stands on that. I want to move to an issue that's important for a lot. You made a mistake. And number one, John McCain fought Obamacare for 10 years. But it wasn't only him. It was all of the Democrats that kept it going. And you know what? Hey, cooking it with the roots. Hey, Joshua. Kamala Harris is not answering no questions. Private medical insurance. That's another thing she doesn't want to do. People are paying privately for insurance. They started off with the first question. She didn't answer it. With the economy. Insurance where you wait months for an operation. He debunked a lot of lies because that January the 6th, you noticed, he said he told them people to stop that riot. President Trump, with regard to the environment, you say that we have to have. They always said Nancy Pelosi and them had something to do with that. Change an existential threat. The question to you both tonight is, what would you do to fight climate change? And Vice President Harris, we'll start with you. 1 minute for you each. Well, the former president had said that climate change is a hoax. And what we know. Yeah, Trump is winning because she's not answering the question. She didn't even answer the first question when he asked her about the economy with inflation. You ask anybody. They're not fact checking her neither. The victim of what that means in terms of losing their home, having nowhere to go. We know that we can actually deal with this issue. The young people of America care deeply about this issue. And I am proud that as vice president over the last 4 years, we have invested $1 trillion in a clean energy economy while we have also increased domestic gas production to historic levels, We have created over 800,000 new manufacturing jobs while I have been vice president. We have invested in clean
He's answered the question.
that we are opening up
Miss Brooks, he's answered them.
Trump said he was going to create manufacturing jobs. He lost manufacturing jobs. And I'm also proud to have the endorsement of the United Auto Workers and Sean Fain, who also know that part of building a clean energy economy includes investing in American-made products, American automobiles. It includes growing what we can do around American manufacturing and opening up auto plants, not closing them like
she talking about Central Park 5. Hell, they confess. I mean,
Donald Trump, let me just tell you, they lost 10,000 manufacturing jobs this month. It's going, they're all leaving. They're building big auto plants in Mexico, in many cases owned by China. They're building these massive plants, and they think they're going to sell their cars into the United States because of these people. What they have given to China is unbelievable. But we're not going to let that. We'll put tariffs on those cars so they can't come into our country, because they will kill the United Auto Workers and any auto worker, whether it's in Detroit or South Carolina or any other place. What they've done to business and manufacturing in this country is horrible. We have nothing because they refuse. You know, Biden doesn't go after people because supposedly China paid him millions of dollars. He's afraid to do it. Between him and his son,
and he ain't lying about that, because Hunter did do some stuff over there in China.
And then you wonder, why is he so loyal to this one, that one? Why is he? Why did he get $3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow? Why did she pay him $3.5 million? This is a crooked administration, and they're selling our country down the.
He's got to talk about Biden, because she's in office right now as the vice president. So, I mean, all fingers are pointing at her for how the economy is now. I mean, you the vice president, you still part of the administration that's in office.
The future of our family.
He's not up there, but she's up there.
It's a city that people can dream about.
That man is a megalomaniac.
What is it like being rich?
You can scare people. Oh, you're gonna have to prove yourself.
No, Biden ain't up there, but she up there representing him. I mean, she inherited everything that Biden did.
Just had the right idea.
Megalopolis, rated R, September 27th.
Sail through the heart of historic cities and unforgettable scenery with Viking. Unpack once and get closer to iconic landmarks, local life, and cultural treasures.
Yeah, I understand that she can't overstep anything, but they're looking at her as she was still part. I'm looking at her as she was part of the Biden administration. Ooh, excuse me. The Biden administration.
Rage is all the rage. Angst, our new national pastime. Just a thought from out here in Johnsonville. What if instead of keeping it angsty,
I'd rather.
juicy? Oh yeah. Turn down the.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather hear her say, it was a lot of things I didn't agree with Biden on. Then I would think she had some balls.
When we keep it juicy.
You know what I'm saying? I would love for her to say, it was a lot of things I didn't agree with Joe Biden, what he did. But I was only the vice president. This is what I want to do. She's going along with everything he did. So, yeah, Trump cooking. Trump cooking.
When any day is payday, it's a good day. Get paid when you stay with my pay. Get started.
Yeah, I could respect her more if she would say, I was only the vice president. It was a lot of things Biden didn't do.
It's Buffalo versus Miami as Thursday night football is back. AFC East division rivals battle it out in a high-powered offensive.
They all crooks shit. I don't give a damn. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. Ain't none of them answering the questions. They not but they not fact checking Kamala the way they fact checking Trump.
First thing
No, you know, I'm being fair. I'm calling it the way I see it, cause I ain't voting for either one of their asses.
Will there be a clear winner? Good Morning America tomorrow.
I'm not scared anymore. I'm ready for the journey to begin.
I ain't voting for either one of them.
During this historic presidential race,
Get the latest developments from your most trusted news source.
in-depth coverage, expert analysis from the biggest headliners across the country.
She need not talk about Trump in Central Park 5, everything she did in California for people of color.
It all started in 1899 with a couple of door-to-door sales.
Yeah, I still ain't heard them talk about mental illness.
As our customers' needs grew, it became essential to offer more products with the help of suppliers
They ain't talked about mental illness,
to serve our communities, our customers.
grocery prices, gas prices.
5 years later, we still have the same mission, and our partnerships are stronger than ever. Here's to another 125 years. Thank you, Virtual Osco.
Yes, ask.
Yeah, Breezy said I'm voting the couch.
That's an easy one, Allie. The average home has more devices than ever.
But our gateways are engineered to handle hundreds.
So not only will they work today, they'll also work tomorrow.
That's our new intern.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just power all your devices.
Yeah, the Democrats. That's what I'm saying.
For just $30.
The Democrats.
Xfinity, bring on the good stuff.
I'm gonna tell you, if you really look up the history of the Democrats, it ain't good, y'all. It's really not.
That's right. Weekday mornings at 9.
On ABC 7.
Cheryl Burton and Ron August, weeknights at 10.
Get Kimmel's Take on the Debate with Jane Fonda and George Conway. New tonight on ABC. Live from the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Here again, David Muir and Lindsay Davis.
Welcome back tonight. The time has come for closing statements, and Vice President Harris will be with you.
No, Lord.
So I think you've heard tonight two very different visions for our country. One that is focused on the future, and the other that is focused on the past, and an attempt to take us backward. But we're not going back. And I do believe that the American
Oh, my
people know
girl.
we have so much more in common than what separates us. And we can chart a new way forward. And a vision of
Oh,
that
she did a lot.
having a plan,
And
understanding
she was
the
terrible in
aspirations,
California.
the hopes, the ambition of the American people, which is why I intend to create an opportunity economy, investing in small businesses, in new families, in what we can do around protecting seniors, what we can do that is about giving hardworking folks a break and bringing down the cost of living. I believe in what we can do.
Oh, I don't know who started with the grocery shit. All I know is
and ensuring that we have the
I'll be trying to
respect that
find
so
some
rightly
EBT
deserved,
cards
including
shit.
respecting our military and ensuring we have the most lethal fighting force in the world. I will be a president that will protect our fundamental rights and freedoms, including the right of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her government tell her what to do. I'll tell you, I started my career as a prosecutor. I was a DA, I was an attorney general, a United States Senator, now vice president. I've only had one client, the people. And I'll tell you, as a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them.
No, all you did was say lock their ass up if they was black or brown. You gave them more time than Caucasian people.
First, I intend to be a president.
Yeah, food is high. Say, I ain't heard them even talk about that.
10 and 20 years to build back up our country by investing.
That's why I say I ain't voting for neither one of their asses.
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump.
So she just started by saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that, she's going to do all these wonderful things. Why hasn't she done it? She's been there for 3.5 years. They've had 3.5 years to fix the.
They gave abortion back to the states.
Create jobs.
They gave it back to the states. So every state.
She should leave right now, go down to that beautiful White House, go to the Capitol, get everyone together and do the things you want to do, but you haven't done it, and you won't do it because you believe in things that the American people don't believe in. You believe in things like we're not going to frack, we're not going to take fossil fuel, we're not going to do things that are going to make this country strong, whether you like it or not. Germany tried that, and within 1 year they were back to building normal energy plants.
Girl, they done gave them migrants so much stuff. Oh my goodness. I can't, girl, it's bad here in Chicago. Miss Roots. Oh my God, girl, it's awful, girl. They got homes. Girl, they putting them in brand new homes. They done forced black people out of the community, took their property and building new homes for the immigrants.
They don't understand what happened to us as a nation. We're not a leader. We don't have any idea what's going on. We have wars going on in the Middle East. We have wars going on with Russia and Ukraine. We're going to end up in a third world war, and it'll be a war like no other because of nuclear weapons, the power of weaponry. I rebuilt our entire military.
I mean, we do got to keep this 100. When Trump was in office, the economy was good. I mean, that's a fact. It's a fact.
People to come into our country, many of them are criminals, and they're destroying our country. The worst president, the worst vice president in the history of our country.
They don't care about black Americans.
And that is our ABC News.
Breezy, they never have and they never will. We still keep getting let off. They done bought the migrants over because the migrants getting ready to replace the black vote.
And we are here live on
Yeah,
ABC.
none of them care about us. They don't.
I'm Martha Raddatz. It was a lively debate for the economy.
If you look at everything, it's been a revolving circle, time and time again.
Carl, fiery. Wow.
If they don't drop drugs in the community, they bring migrants over, they give everybody else.
Our reporters across the news division have been updating our live blog, looking at some of the allegations made back and forth, doing fact checks. You can find all of that on abcnews.com. But I'd like to replay the moment at the very start of this debate, because it was quite a moment. The handshake. And if you look,
Oh, they did shake hands. See,
wait a moment, first of all, because we hadn't seen a handshake. We haven't seen a handshake in a long time. And not only did she initiate it,
I don't care if you shook his hand or not. She didn't even answer the first question.
and also made the first words.
And probably had a plan if he hadn't put his hand out either.
Interesting. So more at the bottom line.
I think clearly what Kamala Harris wanted to do was be the candidate of hope, the candidate of the future. Donald Trump seemed angry within 4 minutes. I think we saw him going from very serious at the beginning, never really seemed to look at her, to just angry. I mean, really yelling at some points, trying to make his points. I don't think we heard
really
policy and plans on either side of that.
You know, Trump found out a whole lot of stuff. Yeah.
You had Kamala Harris looking over, baiting him again and again and again. The microphones were muted when they weren't speaking, but many times she didn't need a microphone. You watch Donald Trump get mad and scowl through things. And, you know, John, we were all talking leading up to this about how this would go, what Donald Trump you would see. I think he had a plan for talking about what he saw as the next term, but then he was.
And then they talking about they fact checked what's going on down there in Ohio. Talking about the people down there in Ohio. Talking about they say the migrants done took over down there in Ohio.
The reason is Donald Trump really was not effective in bringing the debate to her. I agree with you. I think that he looked not just angry, but also rattled. And in contrast, Harris, who again, much of the world doesn't know, Harris looked like she belonged on the stage, looked like she is somebody that can serve as president.
And that is certainly how the campaign is feeling tonight. I can tell you the Harris campaign feels very good. They feel they had a very strong night, that she was in command, that she did look presidential, and that she was able, they feel, to hold Donald Trump accountable for his actions. And of course, that was their goal going into this, that she would be able to put Donald Trump's record under a microscope. And they feel that the strongest example of that.
And you know what? All of them charges that they done got him on, I mentioned that earlier. All of them other presidents, they done did stuff. They didn't send him to prison. They didn't prosecute Hillary for Benghazi.
Underscore that central argument in her campaign, that she says he's only out for himself, that she argues that she's out to the American people.
Okay, yeah, well, look, the Trump campaign is going to be seizing on the fact that Vice President Kamala Harris did not do a great job today really explaining her policy shifts, right? And that is what they have.
And Kamala done flip-flopped a lot, too. She started off with a lot of things.
Almost every single thing that Vice President Kamala Harris said tonight got under Trump's skin. And that is exactly what his allies and his advisors did not want to see. I can tell you, I do not think that part of Donald Trump's debate prep was people eating dogs in Springfield.
Democratic vice presidential candidate. Welcome, Governor Walz. How are you feeling? What's your reaction to the debate tonight?
Martha, I'm feeling great because what I knew, and I think so many knew, and now many Americans know, is you saw a president for all America in Kamala Harris. You saw the confidence, you saw the...
This the man that want to put tampons in the boys' bathroom.
An economy that moves...
See, this the stuff. This the stuff.
On the American public. He shouldn't be anywhere near the White House. And I have to tell you, if it weren't so dangerous, it reminds you of an old man yelling at the clouds. That was his thing. Get off my yard. I contrast that with Harris laying out for him and matters. And so I think the country can see what happened tonight. We'll keep pushing forward.
Hey, Miss Roots.
To see our politics be. She laid it out. Donald Trump brought nothing.
This guy, you know, this governor here of Minnesota, you know, he done put tampons in the boys' bathrooms, girl.
On abortion. She never really answered that question. Can you clear that up, where the Harris-Walz ticket stands on that?
Certainly, you couldn't get any different than this. The reinstitution of Roe versus...
Oh, yeah, everybody entitled. If y'all like, you know, I'm just trying to be objective and look at it, you know, from a whole different thing.
On the stage in Chicago, nearly bleeding out, having sepsis twice because she can't get the care. She's been absolutely clear on this. Everything Donald Trump said, that is untrue. The clarity of this is Roe. When you have Roe, you have protections in place where women make their own decisions with their health care providers, not Donald Trump.
Okay, thanks so very much for joining us, Governor Walz. John?
And we have the other side of the ticket, Senator J.D. Vance, Donald Trump's running mate, joining us now. Senator Vance, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
So I want to get to one part of the debate where you came up.
For platitude, the American people can't pay their grocery bills on platitudes. They can't, a lot to say, but very little actual substance behind it, or how she's going to...
Problem I got right now is,
and make housing more affordable in this country. She's been the vice president for 3.5 years.
is the migrants can come over and they getting everything. So I know people been trying to buy homes. They've been doing everything. These people that come over here in Chicago in less than 2 years, they getting homes.
No, I hadn't spoken to him about it because, again, I like to distract Americans on issues, by the way, that Donald Trump's been crystal clear about, but they're not talking...
I never heard nobody say how they gonna help me buy groceries. If they gonna give out more food stamps.
And a lot of their kids are dying of fentanyl overdoses because Kamala Harris has let the Mexican drug cartels take over the southern border. This is a disgrace what's going on in our country, John, and we can do so much better if we just have better leadership. We've got the best workers, the most beautiful country, the best natural resources, but Kamala Harris's leadership is squandering the great benefits of this country. It's why we've got to get back to Donald Trump's leadership.
Senator, by the way, I asked because he hadn't been crystal clear and he said something different than what you said. That's why I was seeking clarification. But let me ask you about this for just very quickly. I heard Donald Trump before this debate describe Kamala Harris as, I'll just read a few of them, a low IQ individual, somebody who doesn't have the mental capacity to be president, really dumb, unable to put two sentences together. Is that what you saw on the stage tonight?
John, what was a lot of
Do y'all think I think they were pretty respectful of each other tonight.
Where if you actually think about what she said, you realize that it doesn't make any sense. She talks a lot about her plans, but then her plans, when you analyze the substance, don't make any sense. And more importantly, John, the American people don't get fed on plans. She's been the vice president.
But they did show where she flip-flopped a lot.
Refuses to do and has no ability.
1 minute she was standing for something, and then the next minute she was against something.
Because she didn't, or I secured the southern border because she didn't do that. She has failed as vice president, and the fundamental question is, do we want to give her a promotion? I think the answer has to be no, John.
All right, Senator Vance, thank you for joining us, Mary.
One thing both sides can agree on, this was a consequential night in this race. More reaction when we come back. Stay with us.
But I think it was a pretty good debate. You know.
Next at 10, reaction to the first presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump.
Person of interest in custody after a suburban store owner was shot and killed.
And why Chicago is closing multiple migrant shelters.
Yeah. Chicago is closing a lot of migrant shelters because they done put them in houses and stuff. That's my problem. I have. Oh yeah. This this was a great debate, and you know, even though they wasn't to me it seemed like they was fact checking Trump more so than they was her. But I think they both did a really good job. I think the moderators did a good job. Hey, squirrels. Yeah, this was a good, you know, like you say, Miss Rooks, better than the debates they done had in the past. Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody did a great job. Let me turn this TV down. Yeah. Hey, Squirrel, how you doing? Did you watch the debate? What do you think? I think they both did a good job. But all of that, who like Putin, who friends with Putin, and all of that stuff, I don't know. It's going fine, Squirrel. It's going fine for me. I just be glad when this stuff is over with, because I know a lot of people that's not speaking to each other due to this presidential debate, and I think that is the most saddest thing for people to be not speaking to a family member or a friend because they like Kamala or they like Trump. Like, you falling out with your family or friend over some strangers, them people don't give a darn if I eat. Hell, if they cared, the food prices wouldn't be so high. Gas prices wouldn't be so high. I was in Family Dollar the other day. I said, what do y'all do? Raise the prices every couple of days? Every time I come in here, I'm like, the prices done went up. Yeah, I mean, it was okay, but I mean, it ain't like tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and food cross. Yeah, I'm respectful of everybody. I'm not going to wake up in the morning and food prices are low. So I'll be glad when they vote and the election this is over with so people can go back to living. But I will say this, he wasn't lying. The Affordable Health Care Act does need some overhauling. But I will say this. Yeah, well, you know what? Any plan, anything that's implemented, you know, it's gonna always need updating, you know, overhauling and adjustments. But everything right now is just too expensive. And you know, I don't wanna have to wait for Kamala to get in office. I want instant change. Hell, I wanna wake up in the morning. I want to wake up in the morning and the grocery prices is cheap. Family Dollar prices are cheap. Going out to eat. I want a quick fix. Shit. I wish I could have asked them a question. The question I would have said is, when y'all get in office on the first day, can you lower food costs? Right. Because this is crazy. I mean, eating right now, it costs a lot of money to eat right now. But they're not giving us any extra food stamps. But them migrants coming over here, baby, they getting it all. Honey, they getting EBT cards, which is link cards, which is food stamps. Help me. Help me. I paid taxes over close to 50 years. I paid taxes. But they both did a good job. Kamala did a good job. I guess I'm a person like this. What you do for one, you should do for all. And to go after Trump, I thought like now, and this is just my opinion. You know, I'm like all of these presidents done did some stuff. You know, but they want to prosecute him. I thought that was a little odd. But you notice that they did say on that J6 that day, that J6, that he did tell them people to go home and don't do the rally. Did y'all notice that? That was brought up. But before that, before it started, um, yeah, I won't forget that day though. I never forget looking on the news. Girl, I'm like, who is these folks trying to climb over the Capitol? I said, Lord, if they would have been black, they would have been shooting them down. I said, Lord, they would have been shooting them down, honey, shooting them down. Oh my goodness, girl, I was sitting there looking at them. I looked at that man getting Pelosi's chair and spin around. I mean, they went all in the hell. They let him in. And I will say this. I say they always keep saying that Trump lost that election. I say, well, I remember when the Bushes stole the election from Al Gore. Girl, yeah, they was climbing them walls. Girl, they went in there, they spun around in them chairs. They yeah, it was ridiculous. But them people, they didn't talk about mental illness in the country neither. They ain't talk about mental illness. But one thing I did learn tonight is that Kamala Harris, a lot of things she was for, she changed her mind. She and Trump sure didn't like nobody talking about his rallies neither. Don't be talking about my damn rally. Shoot, my people don't leave. So that's what Trump don't like nobody to talk about his rallies, and Kamala Harris has started a lot of things and flip-flopped on them. No, he wouldn't look at her. But the Democrats, boy, they done pulled out everything, once they heard from us that Joe Biden, was had dementia. We really don't know who been running the country. And I think that's going to determine a lot too when people vote. The fact that they just threw her in there. And then people, a lot of people, they say Trump is ignorant. He did the J6. But they say Trump, Trump got all the allegations against women. Well, hell, most of them did. Hell, they done cheated all in the White House, had women on their knees in the White House. Anita Hill went against Clarence Carter. Clarence Thomas. Lord, I'm talking about Clarence Carter. I be stroking. But I think they both did a good job. Trump wasn't as ignorant as I thought he was going to be. Yeah, he didn't. He wasn't as ignorant as I thought he was going to be, because Trump ain't got no problem with with calling people dumb, stupid, ignorant, slow. But this migrant situation is a big thing. I don't know why everybody trying to dismiss it. This is awful. All of these people been able to come over here in the groves and everything they've done to help them. And we looked at them give money to other countries, but no money for us. But they can't give us no type of reparations. Well, yeah, a lot of people call her nasty lady because, of course, they want to say that she slept her way to the top. Oh my goodness, now up here they done had all kind of school threats. This is crazy. School just started. Yeah, I was trying to watch the Thornton Township board meeting. Yeah, but like I said, it was a good debate. They didn't get too carried away. It was a little bit, it had some order to it. And I think they both did a good job. Trump didn't like them talking about his rallies or the J6. But wait a minute. Even with them talking about him being a convicted felon, it still don't matter. He could still be the president. Yeah, you don't get your point across. Well, I guess it depends. Yeah. Well. Yeah. So I look at it like this, Mr. Brooks. They all, bunch of liars, you know, everybody, bunch of liars, bunch of dreams, a bunch of promises. They get in there, ain't none of them gonna do nothing, you know. They didn't talk about nothing about no grocery. They didn't talk about no grocery prices. You know how everything is so high. Yeah, they say they need to say. So some people out here working 2 jobs, 3 jobs just to feed their families. Hey, Jessica T, how you doing? Just to feed their families. And I do have an issue. I do not like the migrants. I just don't like the fact that they're having everything handed to them. You know, these migrants have had everything handed to them where the different programs they have for regular people, you gotta do so much. You gotta do this. You gotta do this. You gotta do this. But they come over and shoot, these, woo. But I don't dislike them. I ain't mad at them. I would have came over here too. Shoot. They told me I can get a house within a couple of years, and food stamps, and oh yeah, squirrel the food, yeah, gas prices. And what's this they keep talking about China? Cause for as long as I can remember, y'all, everything I've ever seen, and I just turned 62, August 13th. I've always seen everything made in China. Made in China. Made in China. Hey, McLean. What's up? So do y'all think that these people being able to come over here, do y'all think that's a problem? I mean, they've given all of this money to Ukraine and all of these other countries, and food prices have went out the roof for us. I mean, how do y'all feel about that? Shoot. Yeah, it's very frustrating, but I'm not mad at the people. Yeah, they want to, they trying to put this narrative that we don't like the migrants. I'm not mad at them people at all. I'm mad at the government, whoever who put all of this stuff in place for them to be able to come over here and get everything handed to them like this. I mean, it's like, shoot, it's hard out here for the middle class and the poor people right now. Yeah, it's hard out here. And people tired. I know some people been trying to get a house. They worked on their credit. They had to have so much money put in the bank. They couldn't start. And then you got these migrants coming over here and they getting houses. They can't even speak English. They ain't even paid that much in taxes. They've only worked for 2 years. If they work, we don't know. I don't know. So yeah, it's very discouraging to be just an average American out here and you trying to scuffle and scrape and inflation goes up sky high. You look at them help other countries, let migrants come over, and they only give me $23 a month in food stamps. And yeah, $23 a month in food stamps is what they give me. We got all of these stipulations. You don't qualify for this. You make too much income. You can't get this. You can't get this. And then these people come over here and shoot, they eating good. They done transitioned a lot of them in Chicago and houses, nice apartments. Angelo, can I ask you a question? What is the question? Ask the question. I mean, that don't mean I have to answer, but I respect you for coming in. Yeah. Mm, 8 years ago, did you like how the world was as a whole? 8 years ago, Baby, I was dealing with breast cancer, the loss of my mother. Well, so 8 years I was not in a good place. That was the first time I found out I had breast cancer. Yeah, that's just it. The people that can't work, they give them a hard time. People had to wait years to get their disability. And then you got some people that just want to, you know, want the government to take care of them. Oh, now Angelo, Miss Rook said 8 years ago, financial, I was okay. Right now, I know everybody is hurting. Everybody, the middle class and poor people are hurting. We are hurting right now. Yeah. But I will say, when Trump was in office, the economy, it was okay. Thank you, Angelo. Yeah, that's the problem. Now, I will tell you, after I went through my cancer and everything, even though I get a nice income because I worked. See, I worked. I put into the system. But now it's hard to make my money go far now. But I will say this, whether people want to agree with me or not, it's been very, very, very discouraging to see migrants come over here. It's been, and to see them give money to other countries, and we got food and gas prices. Everything is high, and we're like in a recession. You got people out here, they working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. Then, parents can't even be at home with their children now, while y'all want to blame everything on the parents because they've got to work and feed their families. But y'all want to blame the parents, throw them in jail for how the kids act. And now, don't get me wrong, there are some bad parents. But for the majority, you have some decent parents, some single mothers, some single fathers that's out here that's got to work 2 jobs to feed their kids. Okay? And you right, all of this hate. and you look up, now, they tried to do that fact check with that town in Ohio, and you got people saying them migrants then took over that town in Ohio. Like they have taken over the town. Again, I don't hate them people. They sent the worst people over here. But I do know that you couldn't have never heard of no other race of people. Oh, okay. All right, Miss Roots. If you would have heard some folks taking over a town, girl, they would have had the National Guard. Okay, yeah, that's Springfield, Ohio. They said they're taking over that town. Is that true, Angelo? You know, yeah. Angelo, you live close to that town in Springfield, Ohio, where they say the migrants have taken over that town? Yeah. Yeah. They say they've taken over places in New York. So, yeah. But they call themselves fact checking that during the debate, and they say that's not happening. And you got people all on the internet showing you how they done took over that town. So all I can do is tell people whatever higher power you believe in, you better get a good relationship with them, you know, because Lord knows we cannot depend. These politicians ain't for the people, you know. They pushing agendas and stuff that's not right. Yeah. I know. That's what I was hearing. I was hearing that these people, like them people, they've been begging them. Like these people scared. They scared to leave their homes. There go my other phone. Okay, wait a minute. Shit. So. All right, y'all. Come in my show. Come in my show. Angelo, I don't know why it's happening. You know, they say this is the United States of America. You know, they've been letting people come over here, you know, for years. But black people came as slaves. But other people came over here, and they've been able to live the so-called American dream. Let me look at that this town. Yeah, I don't know, Angelo, but I know I feel sorry for those people. Let me see. What is Springfield, Missouri, right? Okay, Springfield, Ohio, migrants. Okay, so they've got the Haitian. Okay, so they've got the Haitian. The Haitians. Okay, so those are the Haitian immigrants down there in Springfield, Ohio. That's not the ones from Venezuela. Oh, Lord. They eating pets? Haitian people don't eat animals. Well, I don't know. Well, let's see what the residents have been saying. Oh my God, I don't think. Hold on. Oh Lord, that's just crazy. Wow. Okay, so those are the Haitian immigrants. Well, wow. Well, I know one thing. Nobody better not mess with my cat over here. Not one of these residents, not a Haitian, not a American citizen. Nobody. I love my pet over here. I thought tonight was a great debate. Well, okay, Angelo, that's what you heard. Did you hear this from people? Yeah. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to end this live. I thought it was a great debate. You know, Kamala did a good job. Trump did a good job. I thought, co-worker gossip and local news reports. I think it was a pretty decent debate. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to head on to bed. I'll see y'all in the AM. Maybe we'll wake up and grocery prices will be down. Hold on, y'all. I'm ready to end the show.
What you say?
Good night. Okay. I want to end the streaming. Hey.